What's going on, Nitro Ninjas? It's your Grandmaster NikkNitro, and today we are doing a breakdown analysis of some Mortal Kombat 1 gameplay that has been uploaded by several content creators because this weekend they actually got a chance to play the alpha tests at the specific locations in LA. At first I was gonna do kind of like a speculation analysis based on the trailer, but since people did have some time to play the game at LA and upload the content that they were able to record, that gives us a better analysis and much more concrete evidence on certain mechanics that we may have questions about. Now there is also some tweets on Twitter about explanations of these mechanics, but we'll save that for another video. I just want to be able to analyze what has been shown to us on video by this gameplay footage uploaded by several content creators, for example True Underdog Gaming, Caboose, XBL, Uncaged Games, and Super. So enjoy the analysis, and this might be a bit longer video, but again I want to be able to talk about what is in store for Mortal Kombat 1, what we are certain of, and what I'm super excited for this coming September. The first thing we see here, the character selection screen. We saw this during the showcase of the Summer Game Fest, but man, I love the look of the select screen. Kenshi and Sub-Zero look absolutely amazing here. Now, the 4 characters that were available for the alpha test was Sub-Zero, Kenshi, Kitana, and Liu Kang, which it may be a possibility that these are the only characters that will be available during the closed beta this coming August, but that's okay. When we played the beta for Mortal Kombat 11, there was also only 4 characters, so these 4 characters for the beta, then 1 month later we get the full game, so not that much of a wait. And here we got the cameo selection screen. It's interesting how like there's an entire different selection screen just for cameo characters. I was kind of hoping like we can pick like the main character and the cameo character all in one go, just like, you know, other assist-based games, Dragon Ball FighterZ, Marvel vs. Capcom, and so forth. But the fact that we have to have a separate selection screen for cameo fighters, I don't know, for me it's just a couple extra seconds of effort that could have been done faster. But you know, that's just my tiny little gripe. The thing that I want to talk about is like after you select the stage, or it seemed like while you were selecting the stage, the characters go into a sort of like, you know, clash stance, just like is similar to Injustice 2. That's why some people thought there were clashes back, but this actually only occurs during the character selection screen. So this is where they have their actual intro dialogues, just like what we see before in Injustice 2, Mortal Kombat X, Mortal Kombat 11, that while they're having their intros, they are having their you know, their banter, their talk, or trash talk, or whatever. But here it happens during the character selection screen while the game is loading. So instead of having like a blank loading screen, here we are seeing the characters in this pose, you know, saying their piece, you know, which also ties into the lore, and then it transitions directly to the stage. Also, what you notice here, there are no longer any variations. So for me personally, I'm glad there's no variations, so that means every character has all of their moves right from the get-go. So I'm very, very happy about that.
I wasn't aware of Shang Tsung's experiments.
Had you known, would your choice have been different?
See, that transition is so sick. And then right here we have the poses now. Yeah. And everybody has 2 different ones when they're on the offensive or the defensive. And right there, round 1, fight. That's great. I love that. Next thing I want to talk about here is about Fatal Blows. As we saw from the trailer, and as well as in this gameplay trailer, you see that Fatal Blows are once again tied to the HP. Yes, once again, when we have less than 30% health, Fatal Blows are available to you, and then you can just, you know, press L2 and R2 together, 2 buttons together, and then your Fatal Blow will come out. Personally, I don't like that, because I don't like the fact that you're given such a powerful move just because you're getting your ass whooped. It should have been that you earned this through the meter bar, which you can see there's 3 meters on the bottom right there. It's the standard meter from Mortal Kombat 9 and Mortal Kombat X, rather than the offensive and defensive meter, which I'm glad they changed this back, because I preferred the 1 bar of meter with 3 different segments. But right here, what I want to mention to here is that Fatal Blows here, they have like a longer startup. So even if you were able to combo, it's not going to always confirm into it, because fatal blows are very similar to Injustice 2 supers, where they have a longer startup and a longer animation. So you have to really be certain it's going to land, or else something like this is going to happen. You saw that the hit did connect. So usually any other special would be able to be canceled and hit after that, resulting into a combo. But here, he was able to block. That just goes to show that depending on, I guess, the character and depending on the animation, because I guess every character has different fatal blow animations, there's gonna be a very long time before it actually hits. So I guess for that to actually hit, they had to be like airborne, they had to be popped up or juggled. But as you can see here, getting hit by a fatal blow is going to be a lot more difficult than it was in Mortal Kombat 11, where Mortal Kombat 11, it was all literally instant. That's why a lot of times getting hit by fatal blow, everybody got hit by fatal blow, especially if it was random. Nobody was safe from it. Even the pros got hit by random fatal blows because they were just so fast. So here it's a little bit slower. You have to be certain now, or else you don't have your fatal blow anymore. As you saw here, there is no pushback anymore, and it's literally punishable now. It's like -1,000,000, the way it should have been a long time ago. So yes, you block a fatal blow, you get to have a full punish the way it should be. Here we have an example of a fatal blow actually connecting to a juggle. So it goes to show that you can actually land these if you do like an air combo or a juggle combo. And right there, 100% confirmed, very, very certain. So that's good to see. So you actually have to be sure of how you will land your fatal blows. Another thing about fatal blows is that they incorporated from previous game Mortal Kombat 11 is that fatal blows do not have armor at the very start of their startup. It's like at the first 8 frames, they do not have armor to be able to, you know, power through any attacks. Here, if the attack comes a lot sooner, right when the start of the fatal blow comes out, you can actually stop the fatal blow. See right there, Kitana's already in motion, bam, stopped it right there. Goes to show that you can't just mash fatal blow to save your life, which I know there's a lot of us out there who do. I'm even guilty of it at times as well, but I know that everybody has done it at least, you know, a couple of times, you know, you have to admit. So another thing to know about fatal blows is that armor for fatal blows has returned. So at first I was hoping that there wouldn't be armor, but nope, fatal blows have armor once again, and not just, you know, one bit of armor, but apparently they can absorb multiple hits. Here you will see that Kitana will activate her fatal blow, Liu Kang will hit twice, but both hits will be absorbed by armor. And the fatal blow connected. So armored fatal blows definitely back. Multiple hits will be absorbed by the fatal blow. Will more than 2 hits break the armor? We don't know, but as you can see right now, fatal blows have armor and can absorb multiple hits. Next thing I want to talk about here is the assist. So apparently when you press your assist will come out, but unless they are already in the animation of their attack or whatever they're doing, if your main character gets hit, your assist will then be canceled out right here. Liu Kang calls assist, bam, he gets hit, Kano goes back and does not continue anymore. So again, you have to be careful of when you do your assist. You can't spam any of this stuff. You can't just mash any of this out. You got to be certain and 100% commit to whatever you're going to do when it comes to, you know, your fatal blow or your assist, because this game shows it's going to be a lot more technical than it was back in MK11. Another thing I want to show here is that your assist, apparently when you activate your assist, depending on what move you're using or what the situation is, apparently your main character ends up in a vulnerable state. So while your assist is doing something, your main character may end up just standing there during the entire animation, and that leaves you super vulnerable. So you got to be careful, or else stuff like this will happen. Kitana is an animation, bam, gets hit, and it shows it's a punish right there, meaning that during the entire animation of the assist, or the cameo character if you want to call it that, but like the entire animation of the assist left Kitana vulnerable, and therefore she was susceptible to a punish which came from her fatal blow, which took a very long time to connect, by the way. So that just goes to show how vulnerable you are when you take your assists out. Next thing I want to talk about is special moves in Mortal Kombat 1, specifically the armored capabilities of special moves as well as the meter burn capabilities. So just like previous games like Mortal Kombat X, special moves here have a armored version which require you to use meter. And unlike Mortal Kombat 11, the meter burn version doesn't come out after the move is activated, it comes out when you activate the move. So you actually have to meter burn at the start of the move. It's similar to overdrives in Street Fighter 6 and also special moves in Mortal Kombat 9. So if you want to do a meter burn version of a move, you now have to fully commit. You cannot confirm into the meter burn versions anymore. You have to activate the meter burn versions right away. So you have to be sure and commit to these specials or meter burn specials. So you're gonna see here Liu Kang activating his special with the meter burn version right away, because the bar at the bottom will be used right away at the startup of his special kicks. Right there. And you heard right there, when you activate the meter burn version of the special, there is armor right away, and so Kitana got hit. So you can definitely use the armored specials now as a way to keep your pressure going, to get your opponent off of you, to, you know, definitely mix up your offense and your defense. Next thing I want to talk about here are breakers. Breakers are making a return to Mortal Kombat 1 as opposed to breakaways in Mortal Kombat 11. We are returning to the old mechanic which was available in the 3D era Mortal Kombat, and it moved up into Mortal Kombat 9 and Mortal Kombat X. It is the breaker mechanic which allows you to stop an opponent's combo mid-combo using resources to get them off of you and return back to neutral. In Mortal Kombat 1, it seems that the amount of resources that are needed to break a combo is 3 bars of meter. Your assist will come out and break the combo. However, your assist does not need to be ready. As you can see on the top corner where Liu Kang's portrait is next to Kano's portrait, Kano is not ready yet to be used as an assist. As you can see, the meter ring around Kano's portrait is still low, it's still on cooldown. However, you are still allowed to use breaker here, as you will see. Bam, right there. Kano's meter was not even ready. However, if you had 3 bars of meter, you have access to your breaker. Now, there is one interesting mechanic I do want to talk about. I haven't seen anybody specifically discuss this, but apparently during certain situations, I guess if your cameo assist meter is full and you get hit when you activate the assist, apparently you get some form of armor. You will see it here. Liu Kang will get hit by a katana fan. He will turn red. You will hear the like armor sound, and Liu Kang will not get knocked down. He will still take damage, and Kano will be thrown out of his animation. So all that happened in one go, and I'm really wondering what is that mechanic, but you'll see it right here. Right there, you saw that right there. Kano came out, Liu Kang got hit by a fan, he did not get knocked down, and we heard some sort of, you know, armor sound, and Liu Kang's body did turn red a little bit. So I'm really wondering what that mechanic is. If you guys find out what that mechanic could be specifically with the details, let me know in the comment section below. There is one thing that I am a little bit concerned with when it comes to Mortal Kombat 1 is the movement. Now, the walking speeds looks pretty good. However, the dashing, I am a little concerned about the dashing, because you will see right here just how little Liu Kang actually dashed. Now, I'm not saying like, you know, oh, this game actually sucks. It's just that I see it right in front of me. The distance of Liu Kang's dash is very short, and I'm wondering, you know, like, is that similar to like Street Fighter 6 where like walking speed is faster and greater than dashing speed? But dashes in Street Fighter 6 are at least reasonable. Here, it's very small. You'll see what I mean right here. You saw how very little he dashed forward, and of course at the second dash he canceled into a special. So dash cancels actually are back in this game. So most likely you can dash block, or I guess wave dash in here, or dash cancel into a special. So it's not 100% committed when you do a dash, but the distance is a little concerning. So I personally am hoping that the dash distance will be increased. Therefore, you know, wave dashing will actually have some value here. But I don't know, we'll see. That's just what I've noticed so far. And again, this is only the alpha testing. The game is still gonna change much more, be polished before this coming September. Now, speaking of dashes, apparently every character has different dashing animations and speed. I'm kind of upset that like not all characters have universal dash movements, but I guess every character is going to be unique in their own way, specifically when it comes to movement, I guess. So here, Kenshi will be doing some dashes, and I thought that this is much faster than Liu Kang's dashes, and it actually covered a bit more ground. You saw how far his dash actually went. It may not have been a little bit faster, maybe a little bit slower, but it definitely covered much more ground than Liu Kang's dash. So I'm guessing every character is not universally the same when it comes to dash speed and distance. So more to come when we actually like, you know, tackle the game a bit further in the future. Now this one I actually thought was a very, very, very interesting and funny little mechanic. Taunts. Taunts in here are the same inputs as doing teabags. If you do 4 subsequent down buttons and down presses really quickly, you will end up doing a taunt instead of a teabag. Now, I don't know what they were thinking when they did that. Did they want to like stop with the teabags? Because teabags, they do look funny, and that's where, you know, the salt gets induced, because, you know, teabags are meant to, you know, insult your opponent. You know, it's really meant to hurt their feelings. You know, there's no other way to look at it, you know. But the fact they create it into taunts, is it to stop that, you know, toxicity, or to make it less toxic by giving a cool animation that's specifically a taunt? I don't know, but the fact that teabagging is now an actual mechanic in a fighting game it's just kind of funny for me. So right here, this is Sub-Zero's taunt. See, as you can see, when he's doing his pose, it's not that bad of a pose. It's not like insulting, like, you know, when Luke in Street Fighter 6 goes Hadouken, you know, to any like Hadouken character such as Ken or Ryu. But yeah, so interesting enough. But here's the thing, it's not gonna stop the teabagging. People will find ways around this, you know. And the funny thing is, people will actually go out of their way just to try to insult players the old-fashioned way. And you know, that's just what us gamers do. You can't stop us from finding a way to do what we want to do. That's just how it is. But anyways, I just want to bring that up because it is a mechanic in the game, and it's very, very interesting that they would add this into a game like Mortal Kombat 1. Now, something that people have been wondering is that, are the combos really as they seem in the trailer? Well, the cool thing here is that, imagine this is just early on with the game and people barely know what to do, since, you know, the people who got to have access to this game only had like 30 to 40 minutes. And so the combos they were able to land here just makes you think of all the potential possibilities of how swaggy you can be in Mortal Kombat 1, which I'm actually really happy about, because even though combos were not like, you know, the most important thing for me, I mean, combos are only like 10% of the fight. It's an important part of the fight, but it's not everything in a fight. That's why there are characters who can win without combos, and there's nothing wrong with that. But the fact that, you know, the combos here are so creative, so expressive, you can be like literally as swaggy as you want with whichever characters you want, and therefore creativity is now back when it comes to combo routes in Mortal Kombat. While in Mortal Kombat 11 there was definitely like very few routes, optimum routes, that almost everybody will be doing. If you didn't do that specific combo, you would get berated for it. Mortal Kombat X definitely had much more stylish combos. You can actually do, you know, however you wanted, and, you know, people will be like, oh, that's your combo, that's awesome. Seems like that's coming back to Mortal Kombat 1, and with the addition of assists during the combos, you can definitely have a lot more potential routes and really be as swaggy as you want. So here's just one example using Sub-Zero right here.
Fight.
Now, he even dropped it, but you saw how cool that was. Imagine if he actually didn't drop it and continued it. And of course, down the line, we're gonna find more optimum routes, and we're gonna have super long ass combos. And I am super excited for the expression that players will be able to have here. So you can really, like, you know, put your identity into the fight with whichever characters you pick and whatever combos you create. And I'm excited for that. So that's pretty much what I have for some detailed analysis of the game. Of course, you can check out all of these gameplays, you know, on YouTube. There's a plethora of what people have been uploading, so you can definitely have that to kill time and watch and keep yourself entertained just to see how Mortal Kombat 1 is definitely gonna look, and it's getting me so excited. This game looks absolutely gorgeous. This game looks so fun. It's so smooth, and the designs are just so beautiful. I am so excited. So I'm gonna do some more analysis videos later on. My next video, I'm gonna be talking about what they've uploaded on Twitter and what they said on Twitter, because there's definitely much more detailed mechanics they have talked about, specifically from pro players, specifically Sonic Fox himself, who was able to find some more hidden mechanics in the game that are definitely new to Mortal Kombat 1 that we have not seen gameplay wise. Anyways, if you have anything to say or any questions you want to ask me, please leave some in the comment section below. I always read all the comments, and I love to see your guys' thoughts, and I love to answer any questions you may have. Anyways, hope you all enjoyed. Thanks to all members of the Nitro Ninjas. It's your Grandmaster, NikkNitro. Stay awesome, my ninjas.